Thank you, Mahesh, for the wonderful talk. And I think thank you for making the difference between correlation and causation. Very important. And let's be clear, students, AI will pretend to think. It can't think. So there will be some underlying rules which helps it pretend to think, but not think. So all of you who can think, you will have good jobs. So don't worry. So the next speaker we have is Ravindra Panditha. He will be talking about the role of civil society in promoting peace. Ravindra Panditha is a civil engineering graduate from NIT Srinagar, Kashmir, and a postgraduate diploma in business administration and industrial relations. He is the chairman and founder of Save Sharda Committee Kashmir, a pressure group for reopening of Sharda pilgrimage in POK to bring amendment to LOC permit for facilitation of pilgrimages on both sides of LOC for pilgrims. So both from POK to India, India to POK. He is the recipient of State Government Award on Republic Day 2023. Besides JKVM, AIKS and KECSS award winner on Sharda Mission. He is an activist on reclamation and renovation of 15 temples in Valley that are running 24/7 presently, which is a big achievement. Was anchor for AIR Srinagar and Doordarshan Srinagar on sports and an approved hockey commentator for Doordarshan. So you can see he's a real multifaceted personality. Was sports journalist for Daily Kashmir Sports Times, founded the first monthly magazine in English along with Yash Bazeen and Ghulam Mohammed Bakshi called Jammu Panorama from Jammu, recipient of the first Amateur Journalist Award for Journalism in J&K in the year 1991, and several other accomplishments. I welcome Ravindra Panditha and I hand over to Ravindra Panditha and he can give his talk. Welcome, Ravindra Panditha.
Namaskar, I am very happy and thankful to SVMF for calling me. And I am more pleased that there was little prayer by some students over here on wisdom and knowledge. I couldn't understand the language, but language is no barrier. Somehow I could read out between the lines, which is my chapter also and my struggle also. Sharda is the goddess of wisdom and knowledge. Sharda has been one of the oldest universities which lies in POK now. Much older, I believe, than Nalanda and Taxila. And Sharda civilization has been a civilization itself, which lies in the occupied territory of Bharat. What our struggle is, what our committee or our group is trying to do, is that prayer is stopped there since 1948. The Sharda Peeth lies in ruins and nobody has been allowed to go to POK in that particular district where it lies, that's District Neelam. We have a mechanism since 2004 when Vajpayee ji and General Musharraf developed a mechanism for divided families because of the partition and later on because of the proxy war unleashed by Pak or the oppressors. Pakistan made a war or tribal raids on us that divided Kashmir into two, and as is where is basis, a ceasefire was announced and an LOC was created. So in 2005, there was an agreement, a treaty between India and Pakistan to allow divided families from this side to go to POK, and from POK, the people would come to India, temporarily suspended since 2019, continue till 2019. But the rider is that you should have a relative across. No. Either you should have a relative in POK, then only I can go. I don't have any relative there. So it becomes a movement or a treaty for a very small percentage of people who have a relative across, and people have gone to POK and people have come from POK to our Kashmir. But the fact remains that nobody concentrated on heritage and religious tourism or allowing normal people also to go to POK, where our Mahashakti peeth lies, it lies in ruins. So we started a movement that cross LOC heritage and tourism must begin. I am here today not only as the founder of the Save Sharda Committee, but also as president of All India Kashmiri Samaj. We Kashmiri Pandits have faced a genocide. We are out since 1990. We are living in exile for the last 36 years. And I have tried to go back into the roots since 2006. And in 2006, I saw the temples and shrines as nerve centers of going back and getting into the trust deficit, whatever we have, and make a reconciliation effort through temples and shrines. Because right now we have no political empowerment, no social empowerment, no economic empowerment. The whole community is out and living in exile. Nobody has thought over this, how to do the return and rehabilitation of this particular ethnicity who are the aborigines of the Kashmir Mandala and who are the founders of the Sharda civilization. In our Kashmir, since 2073 BC, in Ashoka period, to 761 AD, in Lalita Vidya period, it was all overshadowed, Sanatana was overshadowed by Buddhism, and later on, we were the people, Kashmiri Pandits, basically, who got Buddhism into Kashmir Mandala, the Sharda Desh, that would extend from Cambodia to Iran. And first international conference of Buddhists was also held during Kanishka's rule in Srinagar, only near Harvard. Then the advent of Islam, the coming of Shamir and the Sufis, who started conversions, we gave them the shelter. Our king Sodeva gave them the shelter, and we faced the wrath all through, and we are out, so we are into exile. Now coming straight to the point, the role of civil society. Government is doing its own job. Government is not, since 1947, really trying to regain the occupied territories or our minority shrines or the Sharda peeth. Sharda being the goddess of wisdom and knowledge. When we say Namaste Sharde Devi Kashmir Pravasini, Toham Prarthe Nityam Vidya Dhanam Chidehime. All that what we are discussing here, even up to AI, ये सब देन है माता शारदा की. So इसमें अभी क्या करने का है? That government is having its own role, so has the armies who are guarding our borders. But what is the role of the people generally, civil society? So we don't have any Hindu across. We developed a civil society across in POK, and we got a first breakthrough after 70 years that we laid flowers on Sharda peeth and got the holy soil and the shillas, some stones from Sharda peeth. To Delhi, we have given all the Shankaracharyas, and that was one of the major breakthrough. Then we sent a portrait of Ma Sharda to the civil society in POK. Mind it, it's an enemy country, Islamic Republic country, a conflict zone. And still people have laid flowers out there on our behalf who are the Muslims. So that is the power of the civil society. In 2018, I applied to Pakistan Supreme Court on Katasrai temple, the encroachments, and a similar judgment be passed on Sharda peeth also, where a lot of encroachment has been done by the locals over there. So I got a landmark judgment on 3rd January 2018 from POK Supreme Court, what they call AJK. That was perhaps the first document in last 75 years, the Supreme Court order, which we got, and later I tried to know the concerned department, civil department who maintains and runs the Sharda peeth. For maintaining sanctity, I got another order from there, 31st December 2018 from PO3. That showed that power. And recently, the encroachment on Sharda Peeth 2 years back by Pakistan Army by building a PO. And I had a press conference in Bangalore. And I did a lot of, pressurizing tactics. Through this civil society again, we could succeed at least renovating and bringing awareness on this encroachment by Pak Army on our Sharda. And in this context, through the civil society of our Kashmir, where no Hindu is there around, after 75 years we reclaimed the same piece of land where we had a temple, a base camp to go to the annual Sharda Yatra. And we had a Sikh Gurdwara also. Through our committee, we reclaimed that piece of land and we built in support with Sringeri Math, the same Sharda temple out there and the same Sikh Gurdwara and the same committee, which is an all-faith committee. It comprises of construction committee comprised of 3 Muslims, 1 Sikh and 5 Kashmiri Pandits. So this was a unique example where Muslims constructed back. And I believe sometimes I tell them jokingly that it's all karma. Your grandfather burnt it in 1947 and you as the grandson is reconstructing the same temple. That is the chakra of karma. So that was jokingly with them. But it's the Muslims who have constructed that, who have helped us there, and the temple is running fine. You are all invited there. This is the base camp. We have given a clear signal out to Pakistan that we are zeroing it and the yatra has to be opened. This has also paved way for the development of that particular village called Pitwa through this civil society initiative. There is no government interference in this. There is no government funding. It's all, funded by people like you and me. And this we have shown, we have created an example that right at LOC and conflict zone, things can happen. That has brought in peace and development out there in that particular village also. So that's one of the steps. Not only the army's role, they are doing their own role. Civil society has also a role to play at its own level. And I believe in interfaith dialogue, what we have started, we believe that return and rehabilitation, even people-to-people contact also plays a role. So that's how we got the first book published recently on interfaith dialogue. It's going on nicely. Some more groups are coming out. And we hope that we help the government, central government and the state government as well, not only through building temples, but building bridges. That trust deficit that's gone. We have to bounce back. There have been, if you open Google and the history, there have been 6 migrations earlier to conclude that this is the 7th migration in 1990 that has happened. And since we have gone 6 times back also over the centuries, that shows that something, love for the motherland or for our shrines or for our culture or for our local dialect or for the Sharda, we have gone 6 times back. Now we will bounce back 7 times also. So role of civil society in promoting peace and harmony is very important. I believe that it can be achieved only through the civil society. Across also we have a civil society, this side also we have a civil society. And I had been to Kartarpur Gurdwara, which was opened in 2019. I was allowed by Government of India and Government of Pakistan to go there in the first batch. But once I applied to go to the Sharda Peeth, where I have a right to pilgrimage, I am not allowed. My LOC permit is being rejected from Indian side. So that is the irony. So I say there should be an amendment in LOC permit rules to allow annual pilgrimage so that the treaty is revisited and we are allowed to go to our roots, our Ishtadevi, and know and explore the Sharda civilization back again. Thank you so much. Namaskar. Any questions, please?
If anybody has some questions, yeah, please.
Namaste, Ravinder Pandit ji. This is Vitthal Nadkarni. And what a beautiful coincidence that we are talking virtually. And I was supposed to be in Titwal just a few weeks ago, but due to a health emergency, I had to postpone my visit. So it is my great privilege to welcome you here from Chennai. I want to ask you, how did you protect yourself from the fear and sense of danger that must also attend to such attempts? From the dark elements, from, dare I say it, ISI or whatever. How do you sustain yourself? What is the source of your power?
Inspiration of our Guru and inspiration of our Mata. You see, I am also a senior citizen now. I believe preservation of heritage and culture is the need of the hour. Our next generation don't know anything about Kashmir, about the language and the culture. So we took a step, I took an initiative. I am the only prominent person right now who has done this 15th temple in the valley since 2006, reclaimed it back. And without security, I had never opted for the security. Though I have received threats directly from Pakistan also. Initially, Pakistan issued a threat that once there is no Hindu or a Sikh in Kitwa, why you are constructing a temple and a Gurdwara out there? For what purpose? So the prompt reply was, we are not constructing, we are reconstructing. It's not a choice I have gone to Kitwa to construct the temple. So it is a reconstruction of the same Gurdwara and the temple which we have burnt in Pak Proxy War in 1947. So ever since Pakistan are the oppressors and they don't stop this infiltration, these things won't get that neat and clean. Otherwise, we do have UN resolutions also in place right now, 1948 chapter 6. We have freedom of free movement. People can come, I can go anytime to Muzaffarabad, but it's not allowed because of the circumstances that Vajpayee did at time. So my security is not that important. I feel I have come out on a work, on a job, on a mission, and I believe that mission should be accomplished. You have to come to Pitwa. Yes, I was waiting there for 15 days. I was there. I am all alone in a rented accommodation. I am lone Hindu who lives amongst Muslims in a Muslim mohalla. So that's how you do it. You can't be there in an army camp and enjoying their rest houses. That's not the way to build temples or to build the trust amongst the locals. So I have been living there since 2021, and today also there is a central government employee with his family in my rented accommodation out there, cooking food themselves. They are from central India, and everything is in place. You are most welcome, Nadkarni. I missed your visit this time, so hopefully I am there in June.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for your kind invitation. And what do you expect from rest of India? How can we help? Can you suggest some concrete steps that can be taken in this regard?
Actually, I believe whole of the south. A lot of people from Tamil Nadu also came this time on Navaratri, the Gonadi day. A lot of saints also. I believe there is lack of awareness. You have to raise the level of awareness. Our Mahashakti Peeth is in ruins. It's in occupied territory. We have to get it released. We need to go there. We have a right to pilgrimage, right to religion. That's how we got into the government files also. And Home Ministry suggested me it's a treaty. How do you suggest people from POK? They will also ask Pakistani pilgrims to come to our side. So I have suggested two places, Sar Sharif and Hazratbal. Hazratbal is the place where my regional engineering college also there besides. So I have studied from there. I have visited Hazratbal many times. So we have suggested they should come to Hazratbal. We have already two bus routes. We have Udi Muzaffarabad, we have Rawla Port Punch in Jammu and Udi Muzaffarabad in Srinagar, and the crossing bridge at Titwa. So we suggest that this will be a big confidence building measure if the religious tourism is allowed and we get into our heritage in POK. We have 37 minority shrines. So we say that they can come to Hazrat, but we should be allowed to go to Sharda. So awareness has to be raised, and you all people have to come. There's a lot of people coming from Telangana, from Karnataka, now Maharashtra has also picked up. Tamil Nadu, we had the earliest, biggest, largest group of 100 people when the temple had been just inaugurated. People from Tamil Nadu, I don't remember the name of the saint right now. So he had come with a very big group, and that started it off. And we need to come and visit this place at least if we are not allowed to go across. So we should go to the last point of India, the last village. And this was the first polling station also in the recent elections. It's really fascinating. You should forget about these Gulmarg and Sonmarg. I don't say you don't go there, but the beauty and scenic beauties of this place are really worth watching. And you will never read the story the most. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and I hope we can have the next edition of the Peace and Reconciliation Conference in Titwal. Thank you, sir.